to the midnight tide, where shadows whisper, darkness hides. We're diving deep into the unknown, on a journey you're not alone. From haunted halls to specters lost, we'll guide you through the eerie frost, with tales that chill and spirits roam. A freaking awesome paranormal show. Ghostly whispers, ancient tomes, mysteries in haunted homes. Brace yourselves, it's time to go. The freaking awesome paranormal show. The freaking awesome paranormal show. Ghostly whispers, ancient tomes, mysteries in haunted homes. Brace yourselves, it's time to go. The freaking awesome paranormal show. The freaking awesome paranormal show. Welcome to the midnight tide, where shadows whisper, darkness hides. We're diving deep into the unknown, on a journey you're not alone. From haunted halls to specters lost, we'll guide you through the eerie frost, with tales that chill and spirits roam. The freaking awesome paranormal show. Ghostly whispers, ancient tomes, mysteries in haunted homes. Brace yourselves, it's time to go. The freaking awesome paranormal show. The freaking awesome paranormal show. Ghostly whispers, ancient tomes, mysteries in haunted homes. Brace yourselves, it's time to go. The freaking awesome paranormal show.
Hello, all you freaks out there. This is Ryan.
And this is Rhonda.
What is up? How are you tonight?
Doing good. How are you doing? Are you feeling better?
I'm doing okay. Been dealing with RJ. He is sick. He's in bed right now. Took his temperature. It was 103.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
Was it taking him down though? Because sometimes kids, the higher the temperature, it seems the more they're bouncing off the walls. Or is he just sluggish and not himself?
Definitely not bouncing off the walls.
Poor guy.
Over here. And I do feel really bad because it is National Punctuation Day too. And I know how much he loves punctuating things. And the fact that he can't do it is really kind of upsetting to me. But
yeah,
he's giving it his best, and of course I want to wish everybody else here a very happy Punctuation Day. It's one of my favorite holidays.
Exclamation point.
Oh my gosh, man. I just love adding question marks and commas and semicolons. Oh man. Nothing makes me happier than adding a colon to a sentence. Just the best feeling in the world.
That's right.
I honestly can't remember where a semicolon goes in a sentence. I don't think I've used a semicolon in a long time.
I've used them in writing, but like now that you want me to give a definition around a semicolon, isn't it just like a pause between thoughts? I can't remember.
Okay, guys, you could tell me just about anything.
I don't even know.
And I'd be like,
I
okay.
know properly when to put one, but I don't know why I do it because I was told to. It's cool. But that's where it goes.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds about right.
Grammarly. Grammarly is on my like everything I type, so it tells me when I didn't do it right.
Yeah. Let the Grammarly figure it out. I know colons go like where you write a list. Like
yeah.
I'm gonna do this colon, and then then welcome to punctuation talk with Ryan and Rhonda. We're gonna talk about
second grade.
Yes. Grammar fun with Ryan and Rhonda. So it is Natural Punctuation Day. So go out there, have fun. You can use commas, question marks, periods. Just go crazy.
Go crazy. Say something wild and put like 4 exclamation points behind it. Yes. Just because it's Punctuation Day.
Oh, if you ask a question and you really want to know the answer really bad, put like 3 or 4 question marks behind it and just go wild because it's showing off your holiday spirit. Yes, today is your day. If you're a punctuation head, if you heart colons, like the not the grammar part, not the other kind of colon. That's a whole other holiday.
That's a whole. I hope
that's a whole other holiday. But if you heart punctuation, go ahead, wear your t-shirt, have a good time, and enjoy yourself.
That's right.
Today. So what do the cards have to say on this beautiful punctuation day?
Giving them a quick shuffle. Let's see what we got. Using the same deck, the Halloween Oracle. Oh, this is a cool card. It's Barmbrack. Barmbrack, it says sweetness and synergy. If I remember correctly, what Barmbrack is, it's kind of like a witches or a Halloween fall type of almost like a king cake where they would hide like little different things within the cake and it would mean different things for your future or your year coming up. Which is always fun, right? We all want to look at what our good fortune or what we need to be worried about in the next year is or what we've got going on. But I think it's always important to remember that we create our own future and we have the ability to create our own dynamics. And while it's fun, we all have free will. So, no matter what life is throwing at you or what kind of, goodies you would find in this cake, you make your own path. So, it's not always up to the fates, if you will. We were given free will for a reason to make our own path and make our own choices and create our own sweetness in life.
The cards have spoken. I mean, you can get all the information that Spirit gives you, the universe gives you, but at the end, no one's controlling you but yourself.
That's right.
No one tells you what road to go on. You choose.
Yeah.
Where you want to go.
Even the good ones, it's kind of like you've got, okay, well, that was a great, card reading for you, but you're the one that's got responsible for going out there and making that happen. You got to meet everything halfway. If you get something that's bad, it's also the same thing to say, you know what? It doesn't have to turn out that way. Go make your own plan, make your own way. You can do it. So
we all Jennifer. There we go. We got Jennifer from Creepy in Cincinnati watching the podcast. She's friends with Mandy, who is going to be on the show shortly.
Yes.
We got Beyond the Badge watching us. Shayla and Ronnie Ricard is watching us.
Hey, Shayla and Ronnie.
I think
hello.
Heck yeah. I think Hi was upset with me because I had to actually show asking about Sean about the reenactment. Oh, I guess we must be talking about the Orion effect.
Well, as long as we got stuff to talk about, we're happy.
You guys love audience interaction and participation on the show. Yeah.
We never know, kind of like this show. We never quite know where the show's going to go. We start with a plan, and we just land where we land.
We kind of go. Like again,
and people were asking, like, what does that mean? So here we went on the path.
It's like the cards.
Always.
The cards have spoken. The cards guide our show. We just go where the cards tell us to go.
That's right.
Beyond the Badge says hi. Jennifer, not on the team though. Well, she used to be on Creepy Cincinnati Forensics. She's got her own. She's got her own
She is
team.
her own team.
Jennifer's Paranormal Investigations. You know what that means. You must have Jennifer on the show.
We have to have Jennifer on the show.
Talk about her all her paranormal investigation. We'll talk about maybe having her on next year.
Yeah, let's do it.
We are booked the rest of the year, but we are definitely taking guests for 2025 for sure. Steve Heineman. So now is the time where we educate people. We bring back words that are long gone. They're forgotten words from a bygone era. Okay. Now, sometimes I tell you to let the kids come in, have them learn from us, but not tonight. Tonight is not one of those words where you want the kids to hear what we're talking about. So I'm gonna give you a second to put the kids away because I know we are very popular with the children. The kids love the Freakin' Awesome Paranormal show, so I'm gonna have them go to their rooms for a little bit, put the earmuffs on. Okay, good. All right, I'm assuming all the kids have gone away. So if you hear the word Gamma Hoochie, way down yonder in the Gamma Hoochie. Although it's Victorian English, so it's more like Gamma Hoochie.
Was it a lady of ill taste or something? Like what? Yeah.
It's a Victorian word.
Victorian. Okay.
Or oral sex. Blimey, I want some Gamma Hoochie right now. Yes.
Gamma Hoochie. Anyone?
Gamma Hoochie. Yeah, it kind of goes with what we're talking about, the Chattahoochee.
Because the song has ulterior motives. I mean, like other meanings to it. There you go. Right. There was some Gamma Hoochie on the Chattahoochee.
There was definitely some Gamma Hoochie going down on the Chattahoochee. So now if you're with your significant other and you want to be classy, you just throw that word out there and see what happens. The Gamma Hoochie. Yeah. Teresa, Gamma was a hoochie coochie. That's right.
Gamma wants some hoochie.
Grandma wants some hoochie. See, now you're putting bad images in my head that I don't really want. You gotta ruin it for me.
See, now that makes me wonder. That we talked about the song way down yonder in the Chattahoochee having alternate meanings based off what we looked up.
Yeah.
So were they aware of the Gamma Hoochie, and that helped them figure this all out?
I mean, I know how big into Victorian English that Alan Jackson is.
I know, right?
So, the old Victorian English. So you know that he's just he's like, oh, I can't say Gamma Hoochie, but if I said Chattahoochee, that would make it so much better. My wife would give me a stink face, not the good one. Yeah, try my wife, see what she says. Hey, baby, I may have some Gamma Hoochie tonight.
It sounds like no.
It sounds like a weird medicine or a weird like condition that people have. Do you suffer from Gamma Hoochie? Call your doctor. All right, so we have the Ghost Sisters. Actually, it's Ghost Sisters, not the Ghost Sisters. I've always wanted to put the when I type in my little blurb about them on the
they're the only ones that matter, right?
Yes, well, yes, straight. So as far as we're concerned, they are the Ghost Sisters.
That's right.
I'm gonna bring them on because I've got a paranormal Would You Rather.
All right.
All right, so let's bring on Mandy and Chastity. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hi.
Happy Punctuation Day. How's everything going with you guys?
Going good. How's it going with you guys?
We're doing good. We're doing good. Just learning stuff. Realize it's Punctuation Day. If I'd known, again, I know it's a big holiday for you guys, so I'm glad you can join us on this great holiday. I've got a Would You Rather. Okay. Would you rather sleep in a coffin for a night or spend the night in a morgue and is not abandoned, an actual morgue that's working?
Spend the night in the morgue.
I think I would too. I get too claustrophobic in a coffin.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to be in one of the drawers. I'll take
Oh,
the
yeah.
coffin. Bring the morgue over the coffin. As long as they're not gonna put me in one of the drawers and make me stay in there.
I think I'd be too paranoid that they'd forget to open the coffin up for me the next
Right.
morning. You know, or it's like you get in there, you're like, oh, we're just kidding. We're not opening it up for you now. Like, oh, well, oh shit. So, yeah. So, is morgue the winner? I think.
I'd sleep in a coffin.
You see,
Oh, why?
Chastity.
You
There we
would.
go.
It's more comfortable.
This is true. You've got some cushion in there.
I
But
figure
the
I'll
lid
be-
has to stay up. Can't go down.
got plenty
Is
of
the
time.
cushion-
I mean, rest of my life gonna be in a coffin once I'm out of here, you know. So
Yeah,
I
the rest of
mean,
the
my body-
afterlife, anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my bones.
That's your body, not your soul.
Yeah,
My
I mean, I
bones.
hope I'm not like stuck in the coffin the whole time. I want to be out roaming around.
Yeah,
You
I don't
know,
want. Yeah, I don't want to think I'm stuck in a coffin for sure.
Nope.
I heard the cushions isn't that comfortable in a coffin. Though it's like really not that. Once you're in there, it's not super comfortable.
I've laid in some.
You know,
You
laid in
made
some.
cardboard. Those weren't coffins.
Do you remember the coffin at the we went to? What was the place we went to? You were there, Chastity. I laid in there. They had a fake.
Yeah,
well,
and
they
it
had a
was,
real-
it was wood. It wasn't like a regular coffin nowadays. Like back
No,
in
it
the
was a
old
real
day
one.
coffin.
You're thinking of another location. This was a real one, and this was actually a funeral home. And I'm trying to think where it was. I think it was in. I want to say maybe Pennsylvania or Pittsburgh. I don't know, but anyway, I think it was the Green Manor or something like that. We went to, and they had set up in one of the rooms. She probably doesn't remember, but they had a black coffin in there set up to look spooky, and that's right, Greenville Manor. Thank you, Jenny. And matter of fact, I think Jenny was with us when we went. Yeah. And I laid in the coffin and did an isolation. And it
Ooh,
looked
how'd
like a real coffin. It just nice black coffin with white lace inside. I laid in there. It was creepy.
I mean, if the door is open, I don't mind laying in the coffin. But if it's like closed, that's when I'm like, okay. I know if it's like
Yeah.
over there, I'd be like, okay, I'm okay with that.
Mhm.
How did the session go?
Well, I don't remember that I got a whole lot of stuff that happened, but I just remember laying there and I was thinking, what am I doing? Why am I, you know what I mean? I was like,
This is my life.
it was creeping me out really. Because, I'm thinking, oh gosh. And I just, you're laying in there. I'm not really thinking of the spirits. I was more or less thinking of this is what it's like, to be in a.
Yeah. But luckily, when you're actually in a coffin, when you're passed away, you're probably not aware of it.
Yeah.
Your body isn't. You might be hovering over it, but then you're not actually in the coffin. Your body is, so it doesn't really matter.
But I was still creeped out.
Yeah, I can see. At least not a used coffin, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, that's true.
I don't know.
Always look on the bright side. If there's a bright side to laying in a coffin, that's one of them. How did you guys get into the paranormal? Let's start with Chastity.
Well, I didn't even know you can even investigate ghosts until Mandy called and said, my dog Megan decided she don't want to go to Mansfield prison with me, so won't you go? And I'm like, Mansfield prison, what's that? Where you ghost hunting? I'm like, well, I never heard of that. So anyway, I said, okay, sure, cool. We went and we was there all night, and we liked it. Mandy next day, a couple days later, she went to work and talked about it to everybody and realized we caught some stuff. And then she called me up and said, I'm making a team and you're on it. And I'm like, okay.
There you go.
And that was the start of it.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So when you were at Mansfield, was it what were your like? What was your impression of paranormal investigating when you first started doing it? What kind of stuff were you looking for?
Well, I was hoping to, communicate with the spirits. And I worked in law enforcement at the time when we went there. So I was really excited about it. And just hoping to, at the time, I want to say probably hoping to get scared a little, I was looking to get scared and I did. I got scared, and it's a creepy place. It looks like a castle. It's different being in a place that, is abandoned that once was. And, as to working in an environment where you're around inmates, that are alive. So yeah, it was creepy. It was totally different, but I really loved it. I actually never done anything like that before. So I ended up ordering a SB7 spirit box and a geophone, and we had not a recorder, but we just had a flashlight. And at the time, my sergeant let me wear his GoPro. So we actually, for being the first time ever doing a investigation, we captured some really good stuff, and we had a blast. And those videos of us going live, and now I never had a team yet, so this was on our on my profile on Facebook underneath Mandy Metzger Cummings. So you can still see those lives over there if you go to my page. It's funny. And going back and watching, there's nothing that has changed about us. We're still the same. We still argue when we're out there. It's almost like the same, but of course you learn as you go, so, but it was a lot of fun. But anyway, we did capture an apparition and a shadow figure standing in the hallway down in Solitary when the lights were on, and which that landed us on Ghost Brothers. So, and we was on Ghost Brothers Lights Out season 2, episode 1, The Shank, about 2 years ago. That aired with us, Chastity and I, on there. So,
oh, that's awesome.
Everybody captured.
That is so cool. I did not realize that. That's awesome. And that's so cool. You got so much cool, good evidence on your first investigation. Was it a big crowd? Was it a public investigation, right? Yes,
this was a public investigation, but nobody was down there with us. Most people were outside because they hadn't started the investigation yet. And the lights were still on, and people were outside communicating, taking pictures and videos. And I think they were even given, they had people explaining what to expect during the investigation. Oh, I'm sorry, it's my dog. And so we were down in Solitary and the lights were still on, and we were down there communicating with them. And next thing I know, I'm hearing this guy coming through my spirit box. He kept saying, "Hey, hey." And I said, "Chastity, I keep hearing this guy, but I didn't see him nowhere." Mm-hmm. But we captured him on our video. So
I wonder, so it was just you two down there, or were there other people down there as well?
No, we were the only one down there. And you could even see on the video, the way he was walking, it was like a guard, and he was all in black. So back in those days, they wore those dark colors. Yeah, I think it was dark black is what they said the guards wore. And Frank, the guard, was one of the guards that was killed there. And I think he died on the way to the hospital, but it happened in Solitary, something like that. So, and he's been seen all over the Mansfield prison.
Now, do you guys pick up on things as far as like spiritually when you're around stuff, or were you aware of that when you went out there?
Yeah, I'm a medium, and I'm a Reiki practitioner, and I just started that like 3 months ago, but I've been doing mediumship. I started my mediumship before I started the team. So I was really excited about it because I'm like, I want to tap in, I don't know how to investigate, but we're going to see where this goes. So I think we did really good. I mean, we had all kinds of stuff going crazy during our investigation. I think they were following us. And it probably didn't help the fact that I kept saying I was an officer. So,
yeah. You're your own trigger object.
Yeah. And my sister walks like, I mean, she was walking like 60 miles per hour down the tier. And I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. I just felt like we were swarmed, and she's walking so fast. And I'm like, would you please slow down? I'm scared. I ain't gonna lie, I was terrified. And she just walking really fast. And I'm like, oh my gosh, nobody's up here with us. We didn't see no other people because the place is huge. I mean, I don't know how many people they had there that night, but everybody's scattered everywhere. It's a big place.
Well, when you work in a factory, you're used to walking fast.
Yeah, you got to get places. So what was going through your head during the investigation, Chastity? Because your sister wanted to go, and you're kind of
She was getting on my nerves.
Nothing new.
We kept walking in cobwebs. She kept yelling at me, slow down. She kept feeling things, and she was scared. I wasn't scared.
Well, we did run into a bat too out of nowhere. We had bats just coming out of the woodwork.
But the last time we went there again, I noticed we didn't feel like we was walking in webs, which was bizarre.
The weird thing about the cobwebs, we were out in the open, not on the tiers. So we were down below, and this is like a really wide open place and high ceilings. I mean, you got like 5-6 tiers. And so for there to have been a cobweb right there in the middle, it just was odd. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was really odd. So I was thinking
we couldn't see them, but it just felt like they were there. You know what I mean?
Like ectoplasma, maybe, or something of that nature.
I really don't know. It was just weird. She kept complaining about it, and I'm like, I'm not getting no cobwebs on me. And this is weird because, like I said, it was like open and high ceilings, and there was just, I don't know. I mean, you're talking, like I said, 6 tiers, maybe higher. So I don't know.
Like it was active enough for you guys that maybe it was like walking through ectoplasm. It is active, such an active location.
And our geophone kept going crazy in the cells, and there's no, and I, at the time, I didn't really understand the geophone because I just got it. I know it picked up on electromagnetic fields and temperature change. Nothing was going crazy. Me and Chastity's like looking at each other like, what is going on with this thing? It's just going crazy. I mean, it was interesting. It really was.
So were you both always interested in the paranormal before, like you did your first investigation? Do you both consider yourself were skeptics to begin with, and now you're believers, or are you still skeptical believers, or like how was it before and now?
Well, we do have our other sister who's not on here tonight. She's half skeptic and believer, half and half. But she couldn't make it tonight. She has to work early in the morning. She works 12-hour shifts, but she's the one that is on the team. But no, I think all the sisters, and I have a big family, so I have other sisters too that don't do the paranormal with us. Sometimes they'll join, but not really. Yeah, it started when I was young. For me, like 9 or 10, I started sensing spirit right away. But Chastity, I don't know. She's had a few things, I think, when we were younger. I don't really remember too much on her.
No, I haven't. I've had a few things happen in the past. Like when I was younger, I would hear knocking on the windows when I was sleeping at night on the second story. And when that happened, next day somebody died in the family. But, as I got older, I got pregnant at age 15. It was like my focus was on my kids and working. And I think my mind kind of blocked it out.
I think for a lot of us, because I'm the same way. I think a lot of us blocked it out when we were younger. And then as you get older, it starts coming open. And then you start remembering things from your childhood going, oh, mm-hmm. Like now I realize where that was all coming from. But I get what you mean. I feel like sometimes because we're open to spirit, like you said, they flock to you. It's almost feel like they're everywhere all of a sudden. It's because they like, oh, there's a beacon. They can hear me. Hey, Tyler.
Yeah, exactly. And I've always, we had a brother that passed away. He was killed when he was 15. So we were all close. We were all one big family, you know, close. And I was really close to my brother too. Not as close as probably as Chastity, because she was closer in age. And I have a 5-year distance with my brother. He was 5 years older than me, but I was still close to my brother. And so after that happened, it's like he was communicating with me, and I had all kinds of stuff going on. You know, my mom eventually remarried when we were like 12, Chastity. And my mom moved us out of Marion, Ohio. She moved to Kenton, Ohio. And she didn't want us living in the house we all grew up in. And because her and my father went their own way. And after my brother passed, she just didn't want us in that town no more. So she moves everybody out to the country.
Everybody but me. I moved out at age 15.
Yeah, except for this one. But I went, and I mean, there's like 6 kids in this big house, and it was a very creepy, beautiful house. And I sensed spirit in that house right away, you know. But I lived with my mom for a year, and then I went back to my father, and I lived in the house where I grew up in. And I moved into my brother Sean's room. And he had, you know, of course, he was already gone, and they remodeled the room and stuff. But the weird thing was, and at the time I would have probably been about 12 or 13. And I was in his room, which was my room now. We always slept with the radio on. We listened to 99.7, The Blitz, when we were little. It was just, we fell asleep with the music on. Well, in that bedroom, my radio would turn up and down, and it would freak me out. And I knew then at 12 and 13, I knew it was my brother. I knew. And you would hear him walking around in the bedroom. And even when the family was downstairs, we would hear walking around above us. And, you know, my dad would say, "Oh, it's just my son coming back home to live with me."
I just got chills when you said that.
I know. Yeah. And he definitely was. He definitely was around us for a long time.
So I wonder if that was the reason why you got so much stuff on your first investigation. You know,
Mm-hmm.
You're kind of like a light for the spirits that are out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Since I was young, something is just everywhere I've ever lived, been. I've had some crazy experiences with things that are supernatural that you wouldn't believe me if I told you. And it's kind of one of the things that you had to be there to actually believe what happened. And there was a couple people that witnessed some of the things that were supernatural, and but it was all my brother. Some of it, not all of it, but it was my brother.
I would sometimes think of something and next day it would happen. Like I would think of something and then next day it would happen.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's kind of like you think about a song that no one's heard for like ever, and then all of a sudden you turn on the radio and it's on.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, well, shoot, that song has been on like 20 years. And I think about it, pops up on the radio. What kind of stuff would happen?
Well, it makes you wonder if the thing's listening to our minds.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, spirits read your mind. Spirits do. They understand you now better than they probably did when they were alive.
That's true.
I think since we're all a lot more open to the idea of spirit and contacting spirit, and it makes it easier for them to communicate with us in that way than before, when society wasn't so open-minded.
Mm-hmm.
Today, my dog, I was watching on video on TikTok about a woman talking about she went to hell. She died and went to hell, and was talking about her experience. And as I was watching that video, my dogs went in the kitchen and was barking at somebody in there, and there wasn't nobody in there. They were going crazy.
And I find this
what the hell are you barking at?
She always says, "Oh, nothing follows me home. No, I don't have nothing in my house." And I tried telling her, because I go to her office sometimes, and there's stuff in the building where her office is, and I tell her,
this was at home, not my office.
But I think they're following you from where your office is.
It could be.
to your house.
Do you guys use protection or do protection?
That to me, in my opinion, that stuff don't matter. Spirit, they're just like us when they were here. If they want to follow you, they're going to do what they want. And this, how you are in life is how you are if you're a spirit still lingering around here. And trying to tell a spirit that they can't do something, in my opinion, from what I know and learned, it doesn't always work out that way because they do what they want. And
well,
I've done
other than that, I ain't had no other experience. I don't even know what she could have been here and going cuckoo or something. Who knows?
but I've
Then
done
come in at the couch staring at me and then went back in and barked again. I'm like, it was just weird, the timing of it. I was watching about her, this lady talking about after death and going to hell and how God saved her.
Mhm.
Then that happened.
It'd be a coincidence. But then again, maybe not.
We've saged, we've done prayers and done it all, but they still follow. So,
I mean, you can take all medicine in the world. You're still going to get sick every once in a while.
Yeah.
You know.
So
Better
what do
be
you
safe than
find with
sorry.
that? Is there anything you do to try to make them move along, or they just get bored? You think they get bored with you eventually and they go? Is there something you do when something something's followed you? What do you do?
Yeah, I've had them follow me from when I worked in law enforcement. I've had them lots of times follow me from places I've lived, places I've investigated, wherever I go. It seems like, sometimes I'll hear them as soon as I get home, I'm like, oh no. But when I do think something else is here that isn't already here that I'm used to, I will sage, because I've had them like push my dog. Literally, I have a Saint Bernard, and my husband and I both watched him go sliding. This was the same day. No, it was the next day. But I had just heard a spirit when I got home that day, and then the next day was when we both witnessed the dog ghost.
Yeah,
I mean, he didn't get hurt, but he did. He was like, his back end of his legs went in, and my husband's like, "Did you see that?" I'm like, "I'm standing right here," and I said, "Oh no, that's it." I said, "Something followed me from Tennessee. I'm saging." So I did. I saged my whole house, and I never heard from it again.
I know they say dogs see spirits and stuff.
I think dogs and cats, because my dogs will react and I won't see. When my dad passed, my dad always played with one of my dogs, and I would notice my dog would suddenly act like something was chasing her, and like just sitting in the living room, or she'd do something. I'm kind of like, oh, I know what that is. And then I have my cat still. You'll just look, and all of a sudden you'll check. He's in the hall and he's looking in a corner. And I'm like, what do you see? Mm-hmm. What are you looking at up there? They see something we can't.
Oh, they definitely do see in the spiritual world. Definitely.
They get on your nerves when you're in the middle of something and they won't stop barking.
Yeah.
Shut up. And they just keep barking.
Yep. It's nothing
there. It's hard to work from home. I got to have an office.
Yeah.
Mine won't bark. They just stare in the most awkward positions. Like my dog, he just does the weirdest things. Like, I'm like, what are you looking at? It's almost like he's sitting down towards somebody. Not how you would think, like that, looking like sitting towards the hallway, just sitting there looking down the hallway. And it's like, what are you looking at? And I'm like, all right, I know he's probably seeing something, but it doesn't seem to affect him, or I would know. I think I'd sense it.
If they could only talk.
Yeah. They could probably tell us a lot.
Well, his actions speak loud enough for me to know. Because I know how he is. You know what I mean?
So you want to know who he's talking to, though. Like, I want to know who my dogs was barking at. I feel like it was Dad, because he's always preaching, you better get right or the devil's going to come and get you. He became a big Christian and speak in tongues before he passed away, and he used to lecture all of us. You better get right, God. You're going to hell. And here I'm watching that video.
I mean, it's crazy, the way, once we get closer to the end, how we view life differently, and I mean, the fact that everyone's open more spiritually, whether it be religion or other aspects of it,
So we've been talking about our pets seeing spirits. Have both of you encountered like seeing full body apparitions? Or I have not. That's why I'm asking. I've cut glimpses of things out of the corner of my eye, but I've yet to like encounter a full apparition and seen it. So have y'all? And where were you?
I've seen shadow figures, and I have seen the lady in white. And it's funny because you always hear everybody say lady in white. Everybody talks about the lady in white, but we actually had. I haven't seen her, and I haven't heard, my husband hasn't complained about her. I haven't seen her since we all were seeing her. It seemed like the whole week everybody was seeing her, but I've seen the lady in white. And it's funny because I was actually on the phone with Jennifer, and I was home cleaning after work, and I remember I was back here in my bedroom, and I was talking to her, and I was making my bed, and all of a sudden I'm on the phone with her, and I look, and it was like, what the? And I watched this lady in white. She just went right across. I was like, Jenny. I was like, I just seen. I don't even know what I said to her, but I said, I just seen a ghost or something. I seen something go. And it was funny because I didn't know my husband was seeing the lady in white. Okay. And my daughter is very sensitive. She sees spirits all the time. She doesn't want anything to do with it. She doesn't like it. But when she was a teenager living at home, here, she was having a hard time because they were coming out of the walls and just freaking her out. So I had a hard time dealing with her because I feel she's psychic medium. She's got a lot of abilities going on with her. But when she was here and we were together, it was just like, it was crazy. So she's talking about seeing this lady, which there was an old lady that passed away in her bedroom, and from the previous owners that we bought the home from. And so this lady, she would talk about it, but I didn't see her. Now I sensed her here, but I wasn't seeing her. And then my husband who was skeptic, and he would talk about seeing this woman standing there looking at him at nighttime when he'd come home. He worked second shift, and he works in law enforcement. And, so he was on second shift at that time, and he'd be up late, and he would always say he was hearing his name being called. He'd swear up down he's hearing me talking to him, and I'd be asleep because I worked first. But I didn't know that he's seen the lady in white. So the next day, we were both at work. I was about to leave work, and he came in an hour early because he was a sergeant at that time. And I called him, and I said, hey, I want to tell you what happened. And I told him, I said, I seen this lady in white. And I said, she just come right across the room and right through the office. And he goes, no way. He goes, you're kidding me, right? And I said, no, I seen her. And he goes, man, I thought you and Allison was playing games with me. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, I seen her. He goes, I just seen her. So he told me he seen her, and he thought it was my daughter, but it wasn't my daughter. She was in bed. She had school.
And you know what's funny? He was full-blown skeptic for years.
Yeah. And once he started seeing and hearing the spirits, he's like, he still questions it, right, which is fine. But it's like he doesn't want to believe what he's seeing and hearing. But there's so many things. You could talk to him, and he'd tell you some of the weird things. But
do you think it was something following you home, or was something to do with the house?
I think the lady in white was either the grandmother, but the weird thing is she had really long hair, and that's how my daughter described her, and that's how my husband said. But she was in an all white gown, and it looked like she had gray long hair. I seen her; she was this white glowing thing, just went right across. And but my husband seen her. He said she was staring, like peeking around at him, like watching him. And he's seen her more than once in the same night. But he just like, am I hallucinating? He just yeah.
Anything but a ghost. Any excuse
in your own home, right?
Mm-hmm.
And not a ghost.
Then he now accuses me, like when activity picks up in the house, he'll say, "Oh, it's you. You're bringing home stuff." And I'm like, you forget where you work at? You are the captain. They're following you. They're following you home to visit me because I don't work there no more. They probably want to come. harass me.
No, I wouldn't stay night at Mandy's house.
You wouldn't?
She's got like 10 haunted dolls. I mean, who collects dolls?
Oh, you've got dolls?
I do have a collection, but I'm not getting no more. Well, I might get one more, only because
That's what they all say.
but
No more.
But the only reason why I'm really interested in one more doll, is because this doll comes from the line of Annabella, the doll maker, whoever made her, from what I'm told. And I'm very interested in the doll. So I haven't went and met the doll yet, but I know where she's
I would
located.
get documentation.
I was going to say
Just in
Queen.
case.
So you want Queen Ghost doll in your house from a
I've
little
got
lineage
porcelain
of
dolls.
ghost dolls.
I've got clowns. I've got,
Ew, clowns.
and the
Yeah,
reason
she wanted to do Reiki on me with her spirit dolls in the room.
How's it?
I'm like,
They're like looking at you.
they were looking at her at the time I was practicing, and she's got her eyes closed when I'm doing the Reiki, so it ain't bothering her.
but I wasn't happy. I'm like, really?
Make them turn them around so they're
That
facing
would
the
make
wall.
it hard to
Come on.
relax when you're being watched by dolls.
And that's what she kept complaining
I didn't
about.
want their energy on my shit or crap.
I'm like, Chastity, close your eyes. You're supposed to be in a calming,
Keith Vance's wife had 300 dolls. That is
Thank you. Yep.
crazy.
Ooh, I can't.
Damn.
I couldn't go in a room with 300 dolls. I don't.
No, they're all looking at you.
No.
God. Or imagine going that doll island in South America.
Yes. Yeah, I want to go.
It's creepy.
Yeah.
You've got all like.
But here's the thing. She's saying haunted doll. I personally think the doll's going to move around as haunted? No. When I think of something being haunted, I just think it has energy with it still. It's outside of it. It's not like latched onto it, but it follows that object around. So I just want to make that clear. A lot of people.
Well, they're saying Isabel was moving around.
Yeah, trying to kill someone. From what I understand,
something was probably moving the doll. You know what I mean? That something was moving it. We do have one. I do have a little boy that is very attached to me and attached to the Eeyore donkey, and he's from Tennessee, and he does not want to move on. I've said, move on, go on. He does not want to go. He, for some reason, is really attached to that donkey and to me. And I know why he's attached to the donkeys, because his grandmother bought him that donkey, and his whole family was killed in a car crash. It was just him and his parents back in the early 90s. And they actually, when I received him, he was wrapped up in the see-through plastic. And it was very odd. I'm like, why do they have this Eeyore donkey wrapped up? Maybe because he didn't want nothing to happen to it. Probably. But all those years, it's just, I don't know. It was weird. But I don't know if the donkey was with him when he was in an accident, the little boy. I don't know. Nobody really knows that. But I do know that he was in the coffin with the child, and the grandmother insisted they take it out. And I think she was the one that probably put it in the clear plastic. But he is very ornery. He's 6 years old. His name's Daniel. We call him Bubby. He is our mascot, and we take him everywhere. And if I don't take him, he still follows me. So, but he is a little trigger object. And a lot of people, I've had people say, well, how do you know if it's another spirit lighting up this object and it's not him? I said, well, because he will let you know if it's him. He will come to our devices and he will say his name, Oh,
that's cool.
Yeah. And once you know a spirit, you know a spirit.
Yes.
You got that vibe with the spirits. Amy says, "Hey Mandy, I have a ghost in my house. Her name is Frida. She talked to me at night to let me know she's protecting me." Well, that's nice of Frida.
That's awesome.
Very cool, Frida.
All right.
What other?
And he said, "Do you both have a favorite paranormal investigation?"
We got a lot, don't we, Chastity?
You do.
Chastity doesn't probably have one favorite place. I don't like to say I have a favorite place, but because I have several. I do. I have several. But I mean, just to name a few that I really like. I really love the Ewer Shrine in Bristol, Tennessee. I love Cooper Hill in Missouri.
So does Diane.
Hi, Diane. She loves Cooper Hill. And I really love Randolph Asylum. I do. I love a lot of asylums and prisons. Randolph was one of the first places our team ever investigated. You remember, Chastity?
I love any place that's warm.
Yeah,
But
cold investigating isn't
I'm
much
not
fun.
picky.
But there's a lot of locations.
I did like Mansfield, though. I think Mansfield was my favorite one. I would say
Mansfield's a good one. Yeah, there's so many. I can't choose one. I have a lot.
So what? You guys investigate mostly in Ohio, or do you guys go all over the place?
Oh, we go all over the states.
Have you been to Virginia?
Yep, several times.
Where have you investigated out here?
There's a museum there, and I want to say I can't remember all the locations. It's what is that? Help me out, Chastity. What was that? Oh, she ain't gonna be no help.
it was an asylum, wasn't it? It was a hospital.
I think College Hill. I don't know if College Hill Hospital was in Virginia. It might have been.
No, it was a hospital.
But there was a museum. I can't remember.
Mansion.
Oh, that sounds right. I think that's it.
So that one, and I think College Hill was around Virginia. I could be wrong. I don't. There's several. We've been everywhere, and it's so hard to keep track. We've been to Trans Allegheny. We've been to Waverly. We've been to. I'm trying to think of the other.
Yeah, we like the Shrine in Tennessee.
Yes, the Shrine is awesome. But there's just so many places. I you know what I wish I would have done when I first started the team? If I'd have known what I know now, then I'd have done this. I wish I would have wrote down every place that I have ever investigated.
Should start keeping a book, put pictures of this day and time. We investigated here.
We do have pictures of
like a scrapbook, paranormal scrapbook.
West Virginia is Old College Hill, St. Albans. Have you done Sweet Spring?
Yeah, we've been to St. Albans. Yep.
Yeah, that's one of our favorites too.
Yeah, I love St. Albans.
Thank you, Sister Jenny.
Have you done Sweet Springs yet in West Virginia?
No, I'd like
That's
to.
a fun one.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fun one.
Yeah.
I know Bell Grove is a fun one too. Why don't you just
Plantation
throw that out there too?
Yes.
Yeah, come on out to the cabin on 360.
What's that one cost?
The cabin on 360?
Yeah.
300.
It's 300. How big is it?
It's 2 houses and 7.2 acres of Civil War battlefield.
Oh, nice. And where's it located?
Mechanicsville, Virginia.
I just remembered another place in Virginia we did. There is another museum, and it is the Wraith Chaser they go there every year.
The Exchange Hotel. Is that right?
Exchange Hotel?
No, Chastity, do you remember? It was just you and I that went and also our brother joined us the next night. Do you remember that beautiful museum? Do you remember it, Chas? She doesn't remember.
Oh, yeah. I can't remember the name. I just talked to what's her name that owned that.
You go to
By the tracks.
A lot out there.
By the tracks.
I don't think
the Exchange Hotel. That's the one.
It's like I think it's got a bunch of
beautiful white, like beautiful. It looks like almost looks like a mansion, but it's a museum, and it has to do. It's the Civil War. It's the Civil War museum. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Exchange Hotel.
That's what they call it. Yeah, that sounds.
Yes.
Yeah, we've been there, and that was good. That was really good. So our brother, who works in Cincinnati, and sometimes he travels, we ended up having our brother who was in Virginia at that time when Chastity and I went to this location, and we wanted him to join us, you know.
Ooh, cool.
So he did. He joined us, and
Nice.
it was great. He got
Guys.
some really good communication. Him and Spirit was like, it's funny to see my brother do this because, you know, as kids we'd scare each other with ghost stories and just always scaring each other. So it was really funny to see him out there because he wasn't, when we first started, it wasn't like, I don't think he took it as serious, you know. But now that we've been doing it and he knows we're real serious, he actually likes to go. He does. So he's been on.
Yeah,
a few.
he wouldn't sleep by himself. He had to sleep in a room with us.
And he's a big guy. He's a bodybuilder. He's a big guy, and he
was in MMA.
They took him from the
And
ghost.
he boxed.
Yeah,
He's like, I can't fight no ghost.
You know?
You can't fight no ghost.
He's like, y'all ain't leaving me alone in here. I'm not doing it because I think he experienced some things. We isolated him and had him do an isolation.
Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. And I think
They like him. They seem to.
Yeah.
They like him when he goes.
The female spirits are really drawn to him. He's our little eye candy. So we throw him out there.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun when we get the family together.
It's awesome. It's so paranormal investigating, bringing the family together. That's so cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's your favorite piece of equipment to use when you guys go investigating?
Well, I don't know what
The ink box.
Yeah, we do love our ink box, which it's a spirit box, and it looks like an old 80s boom box, and I love it. But I love that one. I do love the intercom box too, made by Jay Prather, and the ink box is made by Katie Stafford. It is an awesome spirit box. I've gotten some of the best communications with these two devices. So those, I do love my new 3D SLS camera. I know a lot of people don't really like those, but I do. If you know how to be able to tell when you're actually dealing with a spirit and it's not mapping out something else, then, you know, I love it personally. I also love the recorder. I've gotten new recorders that are really sensitive, and you know, I get a lot of good stuff with my recorders sometimes.
And I like the picture when we take pictures.
We do this what we call the spray, and we use water and light to capture images of spirit. So that's another one.
We caught some really good pictures off of it.
Yeah.
That's
So you're just like spraying water and taking pictures at the same time, or how?
Well,
that's kind of cool.
I have a friend in the paranormal field who created this app, and Joe, his name's Joe, and he created two of these apps, and you have to have them, and it has a built-in ovilus in the app, and it has infrared in it. So one of his apps, his newest one, it's black and white, and
yeah,
then
we do this method,
and the other one's in color. It's pretty cool. I mean, I'm one because I know pareidolia is a thing, and it really is. And a lot of people, you know, they look at pictures, they see things that ain't there. And me and her battle all the time. If we ever do the spray and we record, you know, and go back and we're looking, she sees things that I don't think's there, and it's just we just don't agree, you know. But
so I don't even waste my time looking. I just like, here, if you see it, I guess that's it.
Because I want to actually see an image.
Yeah.
I don't want to see the little thing. I need something that's really prominent that stands out.
Clear.
Yeah, that
people
someone
can't
can say,
question what that is. Yeah.
Yeah. And we've captured I probably got like 5 pictures of really cool images. I mean, faces. I mean, arms, beards, nose, eyes, everything. Yeah.
That's cool. That's really.
What's
cool.
the name of the app that the person invented?
It is called the Ghost Pro.
The Ghost Pro.
You have to have an iPhone to download that app.
Well, I just happen to have an iPhone, so
well, you're good to go.
Here I am.
So
you have to screen record while you're spraying.
Yeah. So one
then
person
go back slow and watch it.
You use a mist sprayer, and you want to get a good one that has a good flow. And the more light you have, the better. And so one person will use the app. They'll open up the app, and they're recording it as the person spraying, and you go all around, and so you can capture like different sides and images. It's pretty cool. Sometimes we get really cool stuff, and sometimes we don't get anything.
Well, that's with,
Yeah,
I guess with anything you do investigating wise,
and that's just interesting too, because the water itself is just a
Kinetic
conductor for
and
the
dispersed.
energy. Yeah. So I can see that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and you can use other things. It doesn't have to just be water. You could use a fogger if you wanted. You could like come up with your own little what you want to
That's
do and communicate.
So we have a fog machine at the cabin that we
Ooh.
use for investigations, but I lost the little remote things. It's kind of useless now. Right now, it's more of a doorstop than anything else. But we used to use like lasers and stuff to see if people would, see them walk through. But now we have the app. We have to look a little bit harder for that remote. See if I can get it going again. That's pretty.
Chris said, "Don't use Aquanet hairspray. Ghosts don't like that sticky stuff."
That
But
would
why is that from the 80s?
That we might get a good
It's true,
picture.
they-
You never know. That's not a bad idea.
we might need to try that out and get some Raid and Aquanet.
Yeah. You don't even make Aquanet anymore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's still there.
I don't use it though. I do use Raid though.
My mom used to use Aquanet and White Rain
White Rain.
hairspray.
We used to back in the 80s when we used to poof our hair out.
Yeah.
90s.
Get the hair out to here.
Yeah, part of the 90s as well.
I
There
had
we
a
go.
fly trap going back here. It was like this high.
Might be a good trigger object for some of the ghosts
My
out
hair
there.
was all teased up,
Yeah,
poofed out.
yeah.
Picture when on school day, get my picture taken. My hair's taller than the dang picture. But to me,
Oh,
back
half
then,
your
it
head's
looked
cut off.
good. Yeah, it looked good to me. But that was the style.
That's right.
Yeah.
We were hot back
Back
then.
then, that was wearing the jean jacket with the poison shirt on, man. There
That's
you go.
right. That's right.
Yep. The good old days.
That's right.
So, what do you girls have coming up for the Halloween season?
Well, I just posted today. We have a new location that just landed in our lap, and I'm glad because I was trying
I know
to.
you do, Jenny.
I was trying to find us a location for Halloween, and it's hard, because most of these big places you got to book ahead. People booking a year or two ahead, so it's like all the good places get taken before you can get to them, and they cost so much depending on where you're trying to go. But I love investigating jails and prisons when I can. I love it. And I actually got us into a location in Delaware, Ohio. It is the Delaware Historic Jail Sheriff's Residence. And we're getting in, and it has 16 cells, and it's pretty big, and it's really old. It dates back to the 1800s, and we're going. So, but you can only take 6 people, which is fine. I don't like to investigate with a whole lot of people. Nothing against it. I will go with a big crowd, but it gets to be too much talking. And well, I'm already when I'm live, I have to communicate with the followers and stuff. So I'm already trying not to talk too much my dang self. But when you have a big group, it's hard. Some spirits don't like that.
Yeah.
Some do.
It's tough to keep track of who's talking, especially when you go back and listen to your evidence when you get home, and you're like, you hear someone like a voice, or was that us, or was it? Especially when you have a huge crowd of people. If it's just 6 of you, you can figure it out. But if it's a big crowd, you're like, is it real? Unless you go through it like right away.
Yeah.
After a while, you just kind of lose track of who was saying what at the time. So I understand completely what you mean about big crowds of people.
Yeah. But we do have more coming up. I have maybe some more locations in Sycamore, Ohio. There's another location in Upper Sandusky that should be hopefully Big Tom, one of our big followers, Tom. He's been really good at hooking us up with investigations in Upper Sandusky, Ohio here. And he's landed us a big, nice, beautiful old house in Upper. So hopefully that will be in October, if not soon. So we do have a lot we're lining up, and I'm always finding locations and being invited to go to different locations. My sisters can't always join me. She runs a business. My other sister works 12-hour shifts. So when they don't go, I still go. If I got to, I'll go alone or whatever. I'm going.
So you got the bug.
It's
You're
my
pretty
passion.
bad. Yeah.
It's my passion. I've even before I started, doing everything I'm doing, I was always drawn to the paranormal. Hearing ghost stories, I was always intrigued as a kid, even though it scared me. I was always intrigued. So for me, and to actually do what I do now, it's my passion. Even though they used to scare the heck out of me.
Me too. Me too. I had to sleep with the door open and a hall light on.
Oh gosh, I
They
can't
freaked
sleep
me
with the
out.
door open. No, I gotta shut the doors. No closet doors open. No doors. Everything has to be boxed in. For me,
Yeah, I like
anyway.
to know. I like to know if they're coming. That's why I leave the door open and the closet door open too. I mean,
See,
I'll
that's
know
how-
if they're there.
That's
No,
how
no,
my
no,
brain
Jenny
is.
sleeps with light around her, and I'm like, how can you sleep with the light on? I can't. It's got to be pure dark.
Yes,
Yep.
Jenny sleeps with lights on, and when Jenny used to be on our team, we would go to these haunted locations, and some of them we'd spend the night. But at the Yearwood Shrine, we always spend the night at the Yearwood Shrine. And Jenny, you got all the sisters in there, and out of all the sisters, Jenny is the only one who thinks she has to have a light on, and we like it pitch dark. So it's funny because she's like, "Can I turn it up just a little bit?" So it was always that little, like, Jenny, we can't sleep with the light on.
I'm
Yeah,
like, are
I'm
you
not-
scared of the boogeyman?
Light's not going to stop. If
We're just
they're,
looking for the
they're coming,
boogeyman
they're going
all
to come
night.
regardless.
If they're coming regardless.
Not gonna be like, oh crap, I'm gonna haunt you. Oh crap, there's a light. I can't go in there. I'm gonna turn around and go. No, they don't care. Like they'll be there, regardless if there's a light or not.
That's right.
Oh yeah. Yep. Sure.
Well, girls, this was fun.
Yes.
I really enjoyed our conversation. Hopefully, we'll be able to have you girls back on, and we'll be able to talk about some more of your investigations. Hope you guys had a good time. How do the spirits? How do spirits get in touch with you? You maybe don't want that. How do people get in touch with you?
If they want to get in touch, if they want to book a mediumship reading with me or a Reiki session, you can contact me on Facebook on Intuitive Medium Mandy, or you can message me on Ghost Sisters. But if you want to watch us on our during our live investigations, we are on all social media. But the main platforms that we go live on is TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook.
What's your TikTok?
Ghost Sisters.
Ghost Sisters.
But there is 2 S's after the sister.
Oh, so
My daughter.
sisters, or
Huh?
is it 2 SISSTER or
It's
sisters at
ghost
the end?
underscore sisters, but there's 3 S's at the end.
Oh, sisters.
My daughter created that for me because I wasn't about to have a TikTok, and she kept saying, yeah, you need to get a TikTok. And I started seeing paranormal teams over there. I didn't know anything about TikTok, so she created it, and I just left it.
Hey, TikTok is the wave of the future. I mean, that's how people do things now. I never thought I'd have
we've
a
grown
TikTok
over
either.
on TikTok. Yeah, a
Yeah.
lot.
People, it's a good way to get yourselves out there and stuff. So, we really appreciate you coming on, joining us tonight. Guys, definitely go check out Ghost Sisters and go and check out their TikToks and Instagram and everything.
Yeah, we got some big things coming up, guys, especially in December. So we're flying out to California. So we're gonna be.
Oh wow,
Nice.
Yeah.
that's so cool! I can't wait. Well, now we can have you back on to hear about
Yeah, to
that.
hear what happened in California.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Heck
gonna be
yeah.
a big one. That's a big thing. Yeah.
That is so cool. Well, Chastity, Mandy, thank you so much for joining us tonight, and good luck with everything you have coming up. We'll see about having you girls back on in 2025.
All right. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
You guys have a great night.
You too.
Thanks.
All right. So that was fun. I
That was fun.
really enjoyed the conversation. We had a lot of people watching the show tonight. They are
Yeah, we do.
popular.
And I've been following them for a while, and I should have even mentioned this on there. Go follow their Facebook because they post some funny memes. And if you're in the paranormal at all, like some of them are so funny. Like I reshare a lot of their stuff just because they make me. I look, something will pop up, and I'm like, I know. They give some good fun stuff, content out there as well. So.
I saw one about Shrek earlier, like the one of the short one. That was pretty funny.
Yes.
We've got some cool stuff coming up actually. we are going to be part of a Paracon at the end of October, second last weekend of October. We've got the Fleetwood Paracon we're going to be speaking at. You, me, and Sarah are going to be interviewing Donnie Parker from Spirit Guides Paranormal on the show.
Which would be really cool. Could get to know him a little bit better, and he can tell everybody, because I think there's an investigation that evening, if I'm correct about the tickets for the Paracon. So you can kind of fill everybody in on what might happen while they're there.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to it. Who do you guys have coming up on the Orion Effect this weekend?
We have Melissa Peone Soma. She is a chakra witch. She's actually a really multifaceted. She's a Reiki master. She's spiritual. I think she's been into martial arts. We met her on one of Carrie Lynn Shellhorn's on the Spirit Switchboard. She had her on, and Howie and I, we're watching that, and she's just phenomenal. So we're really excited to have her on and talk with her, because she's got her fingers in a little bit of everything, but it just makes her so intriguing.
Tell you what. First, I want to say thank you to all the people we have calling on the show. Then I'll tell you about what we have coming up here. Okay. So thank you to Nathan Hardester, Diane Mendez, Tyler Darnell, Courtney Nicole, Steve Heineman, Lisa Marie, Howie Odell, Kathy Anderson Myers, Teresa Chalmers, Jason Gray, Lois Clark, Beyond the Badge Paranormal, Lois Clark, Shayla and Ronnie Rickard, Keith Vance, Jennifer Paranormal Investigations, Amy Cullum, and Brandy Stevens.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Tom Hill, thank you. He came in late and ran down. But thank you guys so much for joining us tonight on the Freakin' Awesome Paranormal Show. And also thank you to Daniel Friedman and CJ Momo.
Yeah, for Sunday night, that was wild. That was
a lot of fun. That was a great interview. Man. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Have a great night. Awesome show. Thank you so much. Next this October, holy crap. It's going to be awesome. First, we have the Carter sisters, which are two amazing individuals. They are a lot of fun. It's one of those shows where you just kind of hold on and just go along for the ride.
Yep.
Because they are just
I'm going to do it from vacation, because I adore them and love doing stuff with them. So I will be on vacation joining that show from Salem, Massachusetts.
Oh, that's gonna be a fun show. Maybe we'll get some like extra activity because you're out there.
Maybe.
That is so cool. October 8th, we've got Dave Spinks talking Bigfoot.
Nice.
October 15th, we have the October birthday special, which is all gonna be like a paranormal roundtable. We've got Jerry Reyes, Holly's gonna come back because it's gonna come on. Yeah. Dana Marie Bulmer's gonna be there. It's gonna be a fun show.
Awesome.
October 22nd, we have Janine Hayes from Haunted San Diego.
Ooh, San Diego is one of my favorite cities, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be like kind of like the haunted what's it? God, what's the name of that Texas town
shoot.
God damn it, I'm gonna look back.
Haunted. Oh shoot.
Galveston.
Galveston. Yeah, I wanted to say Houston. It's like, no, it's further south than now.
Total brain fart there. Sorry. And then October 29th, we have Hill City Paranormal coming on for our Halloween special. So we have got a booked October.
That's fun. That's gonna be fun.
We're gonna bring you the best paranormal talk during the spooky season.
That's right.
Between us, the Orion Effect, Hill City Paranormal, all of us
friends on there too, man. Good times.
We all have got you hooked for October. We bring you the best paranormal talk out there. And looking forward to it. So when do you leave for
Monday?
Yes, Monday.
Oh
shit.
Yep. Leaving Monday, and we'll be back on the following Sunday. We're going through Salem where we're leaving. We're gonna go take a pit stop in Salem, and then we're heading on to another part of Massachusetts, and then Saturday our landing spot will be Mass Paracon. Kim's got a booth there, and she's a speaker, so we're gonna hang out there for the day. with some really cool people. And
Oh man, so
along the
we have
way, we've got a plan, and we're planning on doing a public. It's a public investigation, but public investigation at the Lizzie Borden house.
you guys, I'm gonna have to have you on the show. Just talk about your talk about your trip. We have to do a Sunday show.
Yeah, and then I know we're
Talk about your
investigating
trip.
some fort on Friday night, so it'll be fun. It'll be a good time.
It's gonna be fun. Yeah, it's gonna be an awesome time. That's
Yeah.
so cool.
Yep.
And I should say on September, what day is it? The 13th, which is second week in October, we've got our scary music show.
Yes. Ooh, I gotta start looking. I gotta start looking for my list.
You know, so we've got a full October, guys. We'll be back here with the Connor sisters. Same freaking awesome time.
Same freaking awesome channel.
See you then. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Bye.